Yes, it's so very...
After a long wait, we finally have our hands on Knights of Guinevere. The announcement trailer sent the internet ablaze with speculative content and eager fans desperate to watch the pilot episode. And I'm happy to report that it didn't disappoint. We have a futuristic dystopia with plenty of potential, and the pilot kicked off the story in a big way. We had a fantastic introduction to the world, the main characters, and even got a glimpse of the main conflict. The biggest mystery that remains is Guinevere and who she will become throughout the season. In today's video, I want to discuss what little we saw of Gwen and use it to determine her strengths and weaknesses.
It's our new kingdom.
Number 1. Combat power. One of the scenes that blew my mind and has me coming back to the pilot again and again is when Gwen stood up against Sir Arthur. That's the humongous security guard that chased Frankie and Andy through the labs. I fully expected her to end up broken and beyond repair and for the girls to drag her remains into the elevator in a last-ditch effort to save her. Obviously, that's not what happened. Not even close, in fact. Gwen might have used the last of her strength during the fight, but she decimated Sir Arthur. Within seconds, she tore him apart and left him as a lifeless heap on the floor. His blood coated every surface and threatened to flood the elevator. By the extent of the damage, I doubt we'll see this iteration of the character again. Instead, it might be a clone or newer model upgraded with stronger armor. I can't tell if Guinevere came with the ability to fight or if she learned how to do it after fleeing Olivia, but she's obviously a brutal opponent. She will likely serve as Frankie and Andy's protector moving forward. Number 2. Protective behavior. That brings me to my next point. We know for a fact that Guinevere is programmed with protective behavior. In the scenes we see of Princess Guinevere, she is gentle, kind, soft-spoken, and almost maternal in her interactions with Frankie and Andy. She also has no bias toward them and befriends them, despite them coming from below Park Planet. These are all positive traits to have, and I can't help but feel that they're a core part of who the original Gwen, the broken model we see throughout the pilot, is. I have to assume that after the original Gwen dived from Olivia's tower, they had to replace her with a newer model so the theme park could still have a princess. Perhaps that prediction will prove incorrect, but assuming it doesn't, the original Gwen has had time to evolve and establish her own identity, without Olivia or her programming to dictate it. Due to this, I think she will become fiercely protective of Frankie and Andy moving forward, as they're the only real friends she's ever had.
Francesca and Andrea from M7. What lovely names.
Number 3. Long-term memory. One of the best things about robot characters is their ability to store and recall information. Their minds are far more advanced than ours, at least in that aspect, and they can remember details from years previous. The same goes for Gwen, who recognizes Andy and Frankie despite having met them only once, when they were children. A single interaction that might have lasted 2 minutes at most is ingrained in Gwen's memory. How cool is that? It also begs the question, what other types of information does she have stored? I suspect she knows a few secrets about Park Planet that its management would rather no one find out. She also has her memories of Olivia and the torture she endured, which will expose Olivia as an evil mastermind, if she's not considered one already. Not to mention, she might have hundreds of databases of helpful information that will assist her in a pinch, from social etiquette to how to treat an injury on the spot.
Well, hello, little ones. I'm Princess Guinevere. What are your names?
Number 4. Fairy tale vision. As an original Gwen, we know our main version, who will live with Frankie and Andy, started as a princess. Due to this, her internal programming and the way she perceives the world seems skewed. When Frankie and Andy first meet her, the room she enters is stark white with no furniture save for the claw machine. Her processors might block out everything else that isn't important for the moment. Later, she reboots with a whimsical fairy tale vision and momentarily perceives Frankie and Andy as children. This fairy tale vision might save Gwen from enduring the horrors of their world, but it has a few drawbacks. For example, if it prevents her from anticipating threats or recognizing when something is wrong, then she could find herself in a dangerous situation without realizing it. Princess Gwen seems like a pacifist character to me, someone meant to endure Olivia's games and to appease the masses. The fairy tale vision might serve as a safeguard to make each of those things more bearable.
Is that your parent or guardian? I see.
Number 5. Low stamina. Another of Gwen's weaknesses that felt glaringly obvious throughout the pilot is her low stamina. I'm sure that every Guinevere bot has an insane power life. They have to stay active in the park and interact with their guests for hours at a time, so they can't power down in the middle of the day. Yet I doubt their power source accounted for high falls, water flooding their systems, and picking fights with someone who is more than 3 times their size. Gwen ran herself ragged throughout the pilot, so it's no surprise that she collapses into Frankie's arms the moment she enters the elevator. Maybe getting repaired will fix this issue, but it should also take time for Gwen to recover after years of abuse and harsh conditions. I suspect she'll have low stamina moving forward, or a small supply of energy to use at a time. They'll have to plan accordingly and be considerate of where they use it. Number 6. Physically resilient. Much of this video ventures into speculative territory as I make educated guesses based on the limited information we have so far. Despite that, this robot can take a beating. It's not up for debate this time. Gwen is a tank when it comes to enduring physical strain or life-threatening events. In the pilot alone, we witness her experience years of experimentation from Olivia, jump from thousands of feet in the air, get pulled from the ocean after who knows how long, endure getting dragged around by humans, carry said humans to safety, and hold off Sir Arthur. That's some insane skill, and it leads me to believe this resilient princess will not go down without a fight. She has had a tough life so far, but I think that this will make her all the more determined to survive.
Goodly ladies, arrest thy steps. Thine hearts I wouldst make mine.
Number 7. Hunted by Olivia. By far, Gwen's greatest weakness so far is something that is beyond her control. We know she endured years of torture and abuse at Olivia's hands. Granted, we don't understand why Olivia obsessively took her apart just to put her back together, but we do know that every experience was excruciating. It's hard to forget the scene where Olivia grabs Gwen's exposed inner wiring and uses it to pull her around like a pet. Those wires look a lot like intestines to me, and Gwen's pained reaction only strengthens that impression. At that point, Gwen was already desperate for an escape, so she jumped, even if it meant shattering at the bottom. Gwen survived, and while I doubt she'll want to endanger Frankie and Andy further, I can't see her returning to Olivia without a fight. Granted, Olivia is old and withered at the current moment, but there's no telling what she could do the moment Gwen returned. It's not worth the risk. So Gwen will likely spend the season evading capture. A life on the run won't be easy, and whether she intends it or not, there will be danger around every turn for her and her new friends.
A Guinevere android. I don't recognize the model.
Most stories that include robots feel overdone. They usually follow the same plots, but that's not the case with Knights of Guinevere. We have a likable protagonist on our hands, one that we want to see succeed, and one who has just as many strengths and weaknesses. I don't think she'll overshadow Andy or Frankie either, as all of them will have unique skills that will help them during their adventure. I'm excited to see Gwen finally claim the freedom she always wanted and find the knights she needs to take down Park Planet, once and for all. What do you think of Guinevere so far? Does she have the makings of a great main character? We would love to hear your thoughts and first impressions in the comment section below.
Oh, why hello. Didn't notice you there. Come closer.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications to stay updated on our uploads.
Andy? Andy! Perfect! Amazing, Andy!
Frank,